I remember GameSpy, playing games online with it and having a blast. My favorite game to use with it was Quake 2. It was a classic even though at that time, but it was still fun to play. Though my favorite game to play over it was Total Annihilation. I wonder what they could do if they fully remade that program today. Kinda awesome thing to think about. Hello, and once again, this is Panda from Panda Gaming, and right now I'll be thinking with Portal, since today we'll be reviewing Portal, a game developed and released by Valve in 2007. I have this game on Steam currently, and it costs about $10, so let's grab our Portal guns and orange jumpsuits and jump right into the action. Going to the plot, you begin as the silent female protagonist, Shell, as she wakes up inside her test chamber hearing the announcements from the AI GLaDOS about how the tests will go. Your job is to progress through the courses and get to the end of the testing. However, there are a lot of things amiss behind the scenes. Though there are no real cinematics in the game, it's more like GLaDOS just announcing and speaking to you as everything happens around you. However, it's not to say that there isn't story behind what she says. Needless to say, though, if you do listen to her natter on just a little bit, you can catch some pretty funny Easter eggs. Due to the fact that the storytelling occurs entirely by voice, I don't think it fared entirely rated by that. However, they could have done a few more things to tell the story a little better, so I'll be giving the storytelling an overall B rank. Going on to the graphics, the testing labs themselves look like they should be the clean, sterile environment, yet there are stains on the floor in select areas, and, like, the walls are kind of rusted and stuff. It makes the labs feel worn in, but not really, unclean in any way. Going on to meshing and animations, there aren't really any issues. The animations are done well, and there aren't too many, well, glaring defects, except for the fact that cubes sometimes get stuck in portals if you put them in just right. Going on to the effects, the particles for the portals and the portal gun later in the game look really cool, as if the portal itself was an actual wormhole. Looking at dynamic lighting, it's handled decently, not too innovative, but it does get the job done. I mean, the game looks pretty well shaded and lit and everything else. Overall, since the textures and the graphics are pretty well done and no, not too innovative, they get the job done, I'll be giving the graphics an overall B rank. When you first hear the music inside Portal, it makes it sound creepy and abandoned, like the facility is no longer inhabited by people, but rather ran by robots and computers. It makes it feel like you're all alone. Moving on to the sounds, the sound of the portal gun itself is a rather interesting one, to say the least. Although it could use a little bit of refinement, as you can see here, it's pretty good, but could use a bit more to it. Taking a look at the ambience, the lab itself is heard constantly humming, and the elevators make interesting noises when they descend, adding to the immersion, tying you to the character. You know, as you play the game, you feel more and more like you're stuck in an underground facility that could be who knows how far under said ground. Overall, taking a look at the audio, the game is done pretty well auditorial-wise, though there are a couple of areas where it does fall just a little bit flat, and therefore I can't exactly give it a maximum rating, so therefore I will be giving the audio an overall C ranking. Opening a portal to the gameplay, I can't actually take a look at it without saying that this is a puzzle game. A first-person puzzle game, which is pretty fun and enjoyable to say the least. So, going on to take a look at the NPCs, unfortunately the only things of logic behind them that you encounter are turrets, and those are A, later in the game, and B, the only things around, and their programming is limited to search and shoot within their vision angle. Though, they're not exactly your typical turrets, and I'm not going to give too much away aside from that. For the controls, you'll see that Valve's work still remains strong, providing a consistent and responsive experience for the player. Delving into level design, I could go 5 ways up and down about how this game is clearly made by the developers to be a first-person puzzler. Now, the clues are very helpful in the later puzzles, though in some puzzles the clues do get rather obvious and don't even really need to be there. I did take a look at some of the mods that existed for the game. Even though I was curious, I didn't really find that it was needed. The game itself plays wonderfully without the need for mods. Last thoughts on the gameplay category. Since it was pretty fun and the fact that the puzzles offered me a bit of a challenge, I'll be giving the gameplay an overall B rank. Moving to my final thoughts, this game is very fun, quite enjoyable as an experience, and very well done. They did a great job capturing first-person elements with puzzle and everything else. So therefore, I will be giving the game an overall B ranking. And with that out of the way, this wraps up another episode of Panban Gaming. We hope that you enjoy this review, and if you like it, please be sure to smack that like button, and if you hate us or love us, then comment and subscribe. Also, please do visit our webpage at SHADOWFOOT.net. Also, if you like our content and would love to see how we got our start, you can visit our Patreon, and there you can become a part of the action. And once again, this has been Pan the Panda from Panban Gaming, and I will see you on the next one.